Okay, so notice we have x's on opposite sides, right? And so what do? So over here, when we have x's on opposite sides, we have a particular action we need to take. You basically do the opposite. Do the opposite of one of the x's, and do it to both sides, of course. Because whenever you do something, you got to do it to both sides. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one. So I could go to this guy and say, I'm going to do the opposite of u, which would be minus 2x, and then do it to both sides. Or I can go to this guy and say, hey, I'm going to do the opposite of u, which would be minus x, and I'm going to do it to both sides. It just doesn't matter. So I'll say, all right. How about minus 2x to both sides? I could have done minus x, as I said, doesn't matter. All right. What's the result of that? Well, these two cancel, right? That's why we did it. We don't want x's in opposite sides. We want to get rid of one of them. And so now what does that do? Now you just bring down the results. So bring down the minus 4. Right here now, I got to bring down the result. What's this going to be? It's plus 1. There's no, you might want, there's no number in front of that x. When there's no number in front, it means there's one of those, huh? So plus 1x minus 2x. Just think about money. What if you said I gained $1, I gained 1x, and then I lost 2x's? What's the net effect to my bank account? Gain 1x and lose 2x's. Well, we've lost 1x net effect, right? So if during the day I gain 1x and then I lose 2x, my bank account is down 1x equals, and these are canceled, but the minus 5 is still here, right? The minus 2x's are gonzo, aren't they? But the minus 5 is still there. Okay, now at this point, x is saying, I want to be alone. So what did we accomplish so far? We got x down to only one spot, right? We had it in 2 places originally. We don't want it in 2 places. So we got rid of one of those by doing the opposite. And then we did it to both sides, as we always have to do everything to both sides. And now we're to here, and x is right here yelling out, I want to be alone. So remember what we do. We save the number right next to x for last. We got to get rid of the minus 4 first, and then last step, we'll get rid of the minus 1. So, right, because you got to get rid of these guys so x can be alone. So we start with the minus 4. How do we get rid of that minus 4? Well, you do the opposite. You add 4, right? Notice how we're always doing the opposite. Okay. Cancel, cancel. Minus 1x. Other side. So remember, you just bring stuff down. These cancel. This guy just comes down. Right? Everybody with me? These cancel. And then over here, what do we have? Again, think about money. You lose $5 and you gain back 4. Where's your bank account? Down $1, huh? Or just use your calculator if you want to. Now, the last step is almost always divide by the exact number next to x. That's almost, the last step is almost always divide by the exact number next to x. So what do we have next to x? A -1. So I'm going to divide, not add, subtract. I'm not going to add 1. It's not adding, subtracting. I'm not going to add 1. It's dividing. It's dividing by what? Dividing by the exact number next to x. Same sign, same everything. The identical twin. And whatever you do to one side, you have no choice but to do the same thing to the other to keep the balance, keep them equal. Right? That's the last step, is almost always dividing by the exact identical twin that's next to x. You're dividing. Remember, you're dividing. You're not adding, subtracting. We're not saying -1 and -1 is -2. No, this is not adding, subtracting. This is dividing. So these cancel. Excellent. What is -1 divided by -1? Well, it's plus 1 because two negatives make a positive, don't they? Right? Two negatives multiplied, divided make a positive. And 1 divided by 1, well, that's just 1. So there's our answer. X is positive 1 or just regular 1. And we are done.